Hello and welcome to episode 27. How the hell are we on
Wow.
episode 27 of season 2 of the Mets in the UK podcast? I'm joined today by Toria. How are you doing, beautiful?
I am as well as any other Mets fan right now. Thank you. Probably a little bit better given my general outlook on life. But
Yes, I will pull you back from the edge. Don't worry.
don't worry. That's normally my job with everyone else. So it's all good. It's all good. I'm not quite there. Not quite there. How are you, my love?
Okay. I'm pretty good, I think. I'm awake. I'm here. We're going with that.
This is true. I think it's a mission for both of us this evening. But we're here. We are here.
Yes, we're here. And next week, I have it on good authority that we will be rejoined by Baldy Spice himself.
Oh yeah. Yes, he should be back with us next week, all being well. And hopefully Jojo might be feeling a little bit better next week as well.
Yeah, she's on the IL. She's a bit snotty and grotty right now. Yeah. So I hope you feel better soon, Jo. It's all the partying you were doing with the Lionesses last week.
Absolutely that.
So we are going to be a little... Well, yeah, apparently so. That's our reason for being here. This week has been an eventful week for various reasons, but we are a little bit more organised this week. I have prepared some notes. You'll all be pleased to hear. It's not going to be as rambly as it was last week, but there is a lot to cover. So we're going to jump straight in with the results from last week. I wish we didn't have to, but yeah. So going back to last Tuesday evening, we were in the middle of a series with the Padres. We lost the Tuesday 7-1 to the Padres. Manaea went 5 strong, but was let down by the bullpen. Yeah. Never mind. At this point, we'd normally go through the list of home runs, but there wasn't any. So, this is going to be a recurring theme throughout these list of results. So get used to it. The Wednesday, we lost 5-0. Clay Holmes only went 3.2 innings and looked really wobbly. And the Padres completed a sweep of the series, which was completely against our predictions. How dare they? Then, hold on, we're on Thursday. Thursday was a travel day, so we didn't lose that day.
We did not. We chilled out a bit. It was lovely.
Yeah. And then on to the Friday, we lost 4-3 to the Giants back at home. There was a home run, though. It was Pete Alonso home run. Peterson went 6 solid, and Diaz let the run go in the 10th, which lost us the game. On to the Saturday, and the Mets won. And it was a UK-friendly time, which Mets winning on UK-friendly time is becoming, unfortunately, more of a rarity. Again, home run from Pete Alonso. Very wobbly start from Senga. He went 4 and gave up 4 runs, but the bullpen was pretty good. Yeah, and then on to Sunday, we lost 12-4 to the Giants. Home run from Lindor. Montas went 4 and gave up 7. Stanek came up to close and just looked lost. His ball wasn't going anywhere near the zone, and when it was a home run or it was a scoring play or something like that. He pitched 0.2 of the inning, so 2 outs. Yeah, and gave up 5 runs. And when he put his glove to his mouth, you could almost hear the expletive from here.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get the final out. And Torrens made his pitching debut for the New York Mets, which I think we're on 41, 42 now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous and a franchise record.
Yeah, which, considering we're just over halfway through the season now, is ridiculous.
Yeah, and also given how consistently we started with our pitchers as well.
Yes. And then yesterday we lost to the Guardians 7-6 with a 3-run bomb from Mr. Alonso again. Manaya went 5.2, giving up 5 runs. Post game, he said that he was really unhappy and took it all on himself, that loss. And then newcomer Helsley came in the 10th and gave up 2 runs. So we tied it up and then lost it, sadly.
Yeah. The pain.
Any thoughts other than lock away sharp objects?
Yeah, no, do you know what? I actually have, believe it or not, I have more highlights than lowlights from the last. I think because the lowlights were so low. So
Yeah.
Obviously, getting swept by the Padres was disappointing enough. The most disappointing thing about that for me was the complete absence of any offense whatsoever. We were outscored 19-7 in that series, and there was just nothing going on. It was again, I say this frequently, and I'll get onto it in a moment about last night's game. Losses happen. It's the manner of a loss that gets to me one way or the other. Senga and Montas, I mean, I'm at a loss. And Senga's, he's meant to be our ace. Like, it's really concerning that he is so off it right now. Vientos at first base, that's
an adventure.
That's it's not his fault. Like, it's not. He's being put there. We don't act. If we want to give Pete a bit of a rest and let him DH, we don't really have that many options.
Yeah.
But the second that it's Vientos and it's not Pete, it's anxiety time. And another low light, Dom frickin' Smith. I mean, so I have.
Lisa said soonest mended.
Yeah, I have a picture of Dom in my office because it's got it's one of those that's got part of the bat and I literally put it face down throughout that series because I was just like, I just can't, Dom. I can't look at you right now. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And of course, as we just mentioned, Manaya's meltdown. The thing is, he was so solid at the start before, and he looked great up until that meltdown. He was getting through it. He was super efficient, like throwing next to no pitches, and you're thinking, oh, we're on 8 innings here from Sean. I know, obviously, I was being optimistic because they're still kind of stretching him out, right? But even so, that meltdown just came from nowhere, and the reason that's a low light is because it makes me worry for what they'll do on his next outing. Are they going to risk letting him stretch out a bit more? Because he needs to stretch out. But if they're not going to trust him to do it, then we've got a problem. Yeah. That's marvelous. However, a whole list of highlights from the week.
Give me some highlights. Cheer me up.
It's me. That's what I do. Peter Morgan Alonso.
Hey.
I mean, so far this month, he's batting .438 with 3 home runs. You mentioned a couple of them, but a couple of them have been massive 3-run homers, 9 RBI, a 1.536 OPS. I mean, he's on a charge. How can you not be enjoying that, regardless of what else is going on? You have to be enjoying that. The bats waking up a bit on Saturday, that was definitely a highlight. That was a really enjoyable game.
It was.
Especially after what we'd had. The disappointing thing, of course, is that we were thinking, this is great. Okay, they're snapping out of it. The top 3 of the top 4 were all on it. Last night, but this is what I was saying before about the manner of a loss. We were 5-0 down last night. Yes, ultimately, you can argue that we threw it away. We had opportunities, and we did. But the fact that we didn't just kind of bury our heads, write it off, give up.
Yeah.
They kept going. Louis Torrens has a 0.00 ERA. I mean, how can that
What
not
more
make
do
you
you want?
smile? How can that not make you smile? But on a serious note, from the pitching side, Tyler Rogers, hello. He's been excellent in his last couple of outings, couple of innings pitched, only 2 hits, 0 runs. Brooks Raley being back has made a massive difference. 2.1 innings pitched, only 1 hit and 0 runs over the last week. And we've not even mentioned, the trade deadline. So what we did with our bullpen up to and on the trade deadline has been outstanding. And just having the luxury of being able to go to them and not be completely terrified about what's going to happen that's definitely been a comfort. It's not always been as effective, but the bullpen for the most part since the deadline has been great. And of course, we've got Mullins as well, which again, we'll get onto that with the news, but he's looked really good defensively, particularly since he came in. Now it seems like we've been awful for a long time. And that's mostly because of the last 7 days, right? But since the All-Star break, we're still at 500. Yes, 500 isn't enough for a team that wants to win a championship, right? But in the grand scheme of things, when it feels like everything is terrible, we're still at 500. There are 49 games to go, of which 7 are against the Phillies. So we still, ultimately, it's still in our hands. Like, we have 7 opportunities to make ground, increase ground on the Phillies. Yeah. So, do you know what? We're good. I've said the past 2 weeks, that the division lead is going to change multiple times between now and the end of the year. The thing that I keep clinging to, and it's easy to say, oh, you're too optimistic, you're too positive. Saturday showed us we have a capable group of players. Yeah. They are perfectly capable. Now, we can carry 1 or 2 having a bad day. That's fine. We can't carry multiple players having a bad day. And that's what we've been suffering with. Yeah. They all get fired. It's there. We know that it's there. So it's not like it's a team that has overperformed its capability and now we're all doom and gloom because we're not as good as we were. It's not like we've got a team that has no hope at all, because we know that actually we're in a rebuild, or and we've got youngsters, and we have a very, very capable team. There is still a long way to go. We got this.
And adding to what you said about the manner that we lost, Pete Alonso spoke to the press after the game yesterday, and he said, yes, the loss was disappointing, and I'm completely paraphrasing here. It would have been more disappointing if we got shut out.
Exactly that. Oh, I missed. How could I forget another highlight? The most beautiful bunt I have ever seen from Francisco Lindor.
Yes.
Was that not just?
That was textbook.
Delightful. It was delightful. How can you? Reasons to be cheerful. There we go.
Reasons to be cheerful from Toria.
Always yes. To the last now.
Yes, I'm feeling a little bit better now.
Good.
Which we need to, because we've got a list of transactions as long as my arm. Quite literally. So going from when we last recorded to now, we had the trade deadline, as Tori's mentioned, and we were pretty active over that time. So on the Tuesday, the Mets optioned Brazaban to the Mets and signed free agent right-hand pitcher Chris Davinsky. Okay, fairly normal. Now,
Mhm.
on the trade deadline day, we saw the acquisition of Ryan Helsley for shortstop Jesus Baez, right-hand pitcher Frank Ellisolt, and right-hand pitcher Nate Dome.
Mhm.
Okay, completely fine with that. Scroll up a bit. I've got a list on my phone, and it, like I say, it's literally as long as my arm.
Mhm.
Then on the trade deadline day again, we traded for pitcher from the Giants, Tyler Rogers, who Toria has mentioned, for Blade Tidwell, Jose Buteau, and centre fielder Drew Gilbert. I'm just going to touch on this a second because it broke my little bitter heart
Oh, seeing Jose.
seeing Buteau get the news during a game
Yeah,
that he had been traded.
yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, and I was a little bit annoyed at the TV for keep going
Yeah,
to
we were saying in our group chat, like, poor lad, leave him alone.
yeah,
Get the camera off him.
yeah. Um, and I think it was Dan at Athlete Logos who designed our logo, by the way. Heads up, Dan. Love you. Um, saying that you've got to remember behind every trade deadline is a person, is a family.
Yeah,
And as some people just need to stop being so bloody horrible.
yeah. I mean, I think at the time, we've got others to go through, but the trades overall, I said at the time, I really feel sorry for Buto. But at the same time, you have to do what's right for the
Yeah.
organisation overall. And you know, Jose looked fine when he came back to play against.
He got a lovely reception when he came back as
He
well.
absolutely did, deservedly so. And you know, he seemed to be perfectly happy. Bless him.
Mhm.
Cheers, mate. But
Why
but
couldn't you do that for the Mets?
well, he did though. That's the thing, you know.
Yeah.
He did well for us. So so I'm glad that he got the reception that he did. I was a little surprised that we let him go,
Mhm.
but if that was the need that they had, then fine. And overall, I was happy with the bit. We didn't give up any of the blue chips. We had to give up some. I can't remember who it was that said, you know, that the ones that we've given up, that, you know, Tidwell, for example, is someone that Mets fans know more by name. But actually, if you look at our farm, they weren't gonna
Yeah.
make the jump now. Tidwell's had a couple of opportunities. There are others better than him waiting to come through. So,
Yeah.
do you know what? I think it was a very there was gradings going around. I think I gave like A minus because I was really, really pleased with what we got for what we gave up,
Yeah.
taking sentiment out of it.
Yeah. I agree.
And taking sentiment out of it because obviously we needed to upgrade the bat in centre field. Not that, in my opinion, you can upgrade the defense, but we can. So you know, I had to, be all in for the
Yeah.
franchise on that one.
I think I gave us a B rating
Mm.
overall. I would have liked to maybe seen a bit more going on, but that's just personal preference. So I'm happy with the moves that we did make.
I was surprised we didn't sign a starting pitcher, but as I
Yeah.
mentioned, you know, we've
Yeah.
got a couple in the wings. I think they're putting faith in what we have,
Yeah.
given that, you know, a couple of them are just coming back. Minaya and Montas just coming back from injury. Holmes is being stretched out. Peterson for the most part. Like, you know, you're going to get solid outing from Peterson, even if he makes you a little bit anxious in the first inning while he settles down. But you know, Senga's the one that's been unexpected.
Yeah.
Montas hasn't been great lately, so I was
Mm.
surprised. I don't get me wrong. I believe that if the right deal was there, it would have been done. I don't.
Yeah.
They didn't. They definitely, and they said all along they weren't prioritizing it. I think if the right thing had come up, it would have happened. But I don't think they were kind of actively pursuing anything because they trust what we have on the roster now and what we have to come through if we need them.
Absolutely. So continuing on deadline day, Mets sent left-hand pitcher Jose Castillo to Syracuse, and then our other big trade, which was for Cedric Mullins, as you've mentioned, for right-hand pitcher Ramon Gomez, right-hand pitcher Anthony Nunez, and right-hand pitcher Chandler Marsh.
Good business.
Yeah, the only thing that concerns me about the trades that we did make is they're all rentals.
Yeah, I mean, for me, there's got to be something in place longer term with Halsey.
Yeah, I love his movement.
Yeah. There's, I think with all of them, I imagine that conversations would have been had.
Yeah.
But I don't think that we gave up too much. I don't think that we gave up too much. The only one, like I said, is I think it was Halsey where we gave up a fair bit, and I think that one I would like to think that there's longevity already agreed there.
Or at least that they've started that conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
But
if we win a World Series, nobody's going to care.
Then, yeah, like you say, nobody's going to care at that point. There was a little bit more tidying up. Davinsky was optioned to the Syracuse Mets, and Jesse Winker has been transferred from the 10-day to the 60-day IL with back inflammation.
Yep.
I think we've sort of covered our thoughts on the trade, what we would have liked to have seen, but yeah. Any
the one thing that we're
other
missing
thoughts?
is Acuna getting sent down as well.
Yes. Did I not copy that far? Well, that's my bad copy pasting, I'm afraid.
So, but that of note, Acuna got sent down, which it wasn't a massive surprise. We've talked about the musical chairs, and the second that Vientos didn't get traded, it meant that he was sticking around. So really, it was you can't send Beatty down right now.
No.
They still want to see more from Mauricio. I for me, it would have been between Mauricio and Acuna at that point. So it wasn't a massive surprise, but because we just haven't got room for all of them, which is a good problem to have, right? I also felt sorry for Rico Garcia and Austin Warren, especially Austin Warren, bless him. But they know the gig. They know that they're just kind of being yo-yoed between when we need them to fill a gap. But you've got to, especially Austin, he's come up a couple of times, done great, and then gone back again. You're just like, oh, poor guy.
Yeah. But I think in baseball, like you said, there's not much room for sentiment.
Correct.
And as sentimental as we get as fans, that's our job.
Yeah.
Their job is to make the decisions for the business of baseball.
Exactly.
And I don't think I could do it.
No, I absolutely couldn't. Like, put me in my day job, if I have to take decisions, if I have to say no to people, fine, no problem. I can do that. Comes to anything that I am kind of emotionally invested in, like a sports team, not a chance. I couldn't do it.
No. And the whole Buteau thing brought back memories of Wilmer Flores, which was 10 years ago.
I can't believe that.
Was it 10 years? And he's played more games for the Giants now than the Mets.
I know, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
In my heart, he will always be a Met.
In everyone's heart, he will always be a Met. Always.
Because I was fortunate enough to be there for the No Crying in Baseball game. I was, I think, 12 rows back, 15 rows back, right next to the Mets dugout, and I heard him being told on numerous occasions that he was being traded. Everything that everyone else saw on screen, I saw and heard myself, and you could see his heart breaking.
Yeah, that was tough.
And as I think more as a mother than anything else,
Yeah,
I just wanted to go and give that boy a cuddle.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, so, listeners, let us know your thoughts on the trade deadline. What rating would you give the Mets? Would you have similar thoughts to me and Tor? What would you like to have seen traded
Mhm.
for? You can join the conversation on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, and X at Mets in the UK and using the hashtag MITUK. So, upcoming games. We have two more against the Guardians, one of which is UK friendly.
Whoop, whoop. Tomorrow
That's the
evening.
Yep, that's Wednesday because we record on Tuesdays normally. And today you've got Holmes, and then Wednesday you've got Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have an off day Thursday, and then we are off to Milwaukee. And it's a night game on Friday and Saturday, and a slightly different time day game on Sunday. So please be aware of that. That's a 7:10 day game, which is unusual for us, but that's because the time difference between
Yeah, it's
New
the other
York and
half hour.
Milwaukee. Yeah. And then Monday we are off. What are your thoughts, Tor? What are your predictions?
So I would like to think that um, the disappointment from getting so close, but the belief from being able to come back last night is going to spur the guys on for the next two games against Cleveland. We're at home. It's $5 Tuesday tonight, so we always know the ballpark's going to be rocking on a Tuesday night because everyone's getting their $5 beers. We've got Holmes on the mound, who he's doing okay. So both days against Cleveland, the pitching matchups are favourable on paper for us. But then we couldn't do the business against a couple of rookies.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Or against Darvish that came back from injury. So
yeah. So I would like to think that we're going to take these next two from Cleveland. I think they'll use yesterday and that will spur them on. And speaking of spurring on, I hate to say it, but I did say last week that I feared for the Giants coming to us after we swept them. And they did exactly what I thought they were going to do and made their point. Going to Milwaukee, this one, even optimistic me is anxious about. Not least because we're likely to open in Milwaukee with Senga, followed by Montas. Now, the talk is that Montas is going to pitch in his next scheduled start. But I mean, I said, like, I'd be amazed if he's not DFA'd like the next day after that performance. I was just like, surely. But there is talk of him maybe being piggybacked. So whether he would have an opener for him, or they'll just say that he's going to go short. I don't know. But then we've got Manaea following that. However, Milwaukee are incredible at the moment. They are 68-44. They're leading the NL Central. They're on a 4-game win streak at the moment. They've got a really deep batting lineup. And they kind of are going to feel like they always won. So I'm a little bit. I am quite anxious about that series. I will be happy if we don't get swept in that series.
Okay. Are you going to put a number on it, or are you just going to say that we don't get swept?
Optimistic me would love to say that we'd take 2 out of 3, but honestly, I fear 1. So I think we're going to go 3-2 over those 5 games. So we're still going to have a winning record overall for the next week.
Okay. I think that I agree with you. Milwaukee are gonna be tough,
Yeah.
for all the reasons that you have discussed. Um, I mean, I'd like to see a different result, but it all depends which starting pitcher turns up on the day and whether the boys find their bats.
Yes. Yes. Indeed.
Because it doesn't have to be home run. Even if we get some small ball and we stop leaving players on bases. Sorry,
In-
that's
Indeed.
one of the
That
things that's
was what I
really
was
winding
loving
me up.
most. Yeah, I was loving most on Saturday night's game. I was like, oh my god, it's just so much small ball because we all know how excited I get about it. I love. I mean, home runs are great and all. I love seeing runs manufactured. I love seeing the small. I love seeing the little plays and the bunts and it's
Yeah,
baseball. Like, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see a game that's just like a shutout against 3 home runs. No thanks.
yeah.
That doesn't help for me.
It's not the home run derby.
No, exactly. I love. I can't say it often enough. I love small ball. So I would take, but it also leads to lots of frustration because often we'll have a bit of small ball and then we'll leave the runners stranded.
Yeah.
I get really wound up.
And I think if we need to sort out one problem at the moment, it is leaving players on base.
Yeah, I mean, we've said this before though. It's not a new problem.
No,
Sadly, it's been seasons and seasons and seasons long. It's been going on.
yeah,
A lot of people have highlighted it this year, but it's not. It's not a new thing.
no, it's not. But
But
I
it
would like
seems
to
to
see it
be even
rectified.
more so. Yeah. Having said that, and I'm going to kind of move us almost into the news, I guess, with this,
Yeah,
is much as I love the small ball, I will quite happily watch Pete score another couple of home runs. So he is
yeah,
currently one behind Darryl Strawberry on the Mets all-time home record list.
yes,
Now, and I was saying this to Baldy Spice earlier, I would very much like for him to he can go ahead and type now. We all know I always end up watching the games during the week, but I don't intentionally watch the games in the week. I just
yeah,
automatically wake up and watch them.
yeah,
Except for last night, actually. Last night I watched the start and then I dozed a little bit and then watched the middle and we'd come back and then we went down and then I watched a bit, dozed a bit and woke up and we'd come back and then we lost. But tonight I actually intend to watch as much of the game as I can. I won't make the whole game, but I'm going to watch as much as I can because I'll quite happily watch Pete tie it tonight. And of course, because it's a midweek night game, I should be listening to our Howie and Keith. So if I get to hear that, I'll be happy. However, I would love for him to set it up tonight so that he can break the record tomorrow when we're all sat around watching at a UK friendly time and we can all enjoy it together. That's my
yes,
hope. But whenever he does it, he is going to do it and he's going to do
absolutely.
it soon. So Pete is so close to that record. He also, I can't remember if it's, excuse me, today or yesterday that it was announced, he is the recipient of this year's Heart and Hustle Award
Yeah,
for the Mets. So he's having a week. So yeah, bring on a couple of Pete home runs. That's
yeah.
fine.
Speaking of awards, Anthony DiComo tweeted earlier that the Mets Foundation will be honouring Sarah Langs on its third annual Legacy Award, which celebrates the people and organisations in the baseball community that are making a difference and driving impactful change. Now, for those that don't know, Sarah has ALS or Lou Gehrig, or I'm sure Tori's going to
MND.
remind MND, as we refer to it in the UK. And she has done so much since her diagnosis, raising awareness, raising money. and the money that she's raised has all gone towards her fund for a cure, which hopefully will happen because too many people are lost to it every year. And she is a more than worthy recipient of the award.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
I am all for everything raising awareness of that, obviously.
yeah, absolutely. Diaz was also awarded NL Reliever of the Month this for July. So, you know, when you think, how, but then
Yeah, yeah, indeed,
the
indeed. The
the
stats don't
only
lie.
time I think he's really, really struggled is when he's been asked to pitch for more than one inning.
Yep.
And when you're zooming in on just that, you forget all the good stuff.
Yeah. It's easily done. It's easily done. And July seems like forever away already. It's like,
Yeah,
when was July not like 3 months ago?
apparently not. Apparently not. And I'm again paraphrasing, but Stearns said yesterday that we may get to the point where we decide that we need to bring up the baby Mets pitches, but we're not quite at that point yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sort of left me in two minds about things. Is he saying that if the situation gets bad enough that that it, that we get desperate that we need them up, or is he just saying I'm just going to leave them and let them get experience a bit more, build up their stamina, and then
Yeah,
bring them up?
I think he's thinking more they're there if we need them to cover an injury. They're there
Hmm.
if we need more bullpen arms, even potentially, because he's not averse to doing that, to bringing up starters and sticking them in the pen.
Yeah,
He may bring one up to start and do again a piggyback job. So
yeah,
they may come in and start Clay Holmes from the pen, for example.
yes,
So I think what he's saying is they are options. We're not going to use them yet, and I think he would much rather wait until further in the year, because I fully expect that as we get towards the business end, and I mean we're kind of there, but as we get further into September and then into postseason, we're
yeah.
going to need that, and I think he's going to want to keep their options open so that we can move them around as frequently as we might need to manage that.
Yeah, and we need to remember that as much as we want to see them now, we don't need them right at this very moment. And as the TV booth, the radio booth, they've all discussed the difference between even high able
Mm-hmm.
and the major league. There is
Yeah.
a world of difference
Yeah.
in batters' abilities, pitching speeds, pace of game, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be nice if they got a more gentle introduction to that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, moving on to our last segment, we have got questions from listeners. Thank you. We love you. We see you. We know who you are. We have one from our friends over at O's Across the Pond. They're great guys. Go follow them. They may be Baltimore Orioles fans, but we don't hold that against them. They want to know our thoughts around the Mullins trade.
Yeah, I mean, as we discussed, I anything that touches centre field and puts my Tyrone in jeopardy worries me. But just because I love Ty, and I still believe defensively he's outstanding. However, much as I love him, I do appreciate that we need the bat. Ty, he does pretty well at getting on base. He can grind out an at bat, but he is not. He doesn't have any power, and that's where Mullins definitely gives us the advantage. He has already scored 3 runs. Again, he gets on base, he brings it home. He's done well defensively. He looks perfectly comfortable, which we know. We've seen the highlight reels, right? And we've seen enough of him play at the O's to know what he's capable of defensively. And so there's no denying he's an upgrade on the bat. And let's not forget, we've got Jose S to come back yet as well. But he definitely filled a need. I think that was a weakness, and I would much rather see Mullins and Tyrone come in to cover than Tyrone and McNeil come in to cover. So yeah. I'm happy. Sorry guys, but thanks. It was a good deal for us as well.
I think
it was a nice trade.
Overall, I'm happy. He's an upgrade. Certainly over Jeff McNeil. Love you, Jeff, but centre. You've made some great plays, but please go back to second.
Yeah. Second in nowhere for me, Jeff.
Yeah. But I think overall, as of this precise moment in time, we won the trade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
We've got some opinions from our other friends at Mets in the UK on this one. Shea Parking Lot would like to know, do you think you could stand in the box against a Helsley Park fastball and make contact? I think I could get a dink on the ball in front of the plate, but I can guarantee my hands would be stinging.
Yeah.
DJ said, not a chance. I'd try and bunt and I'd lose fingers. Andrew says, no, he could not, and I could not. And Joe says, I'm bunting it. I love the confidence there, Joe.
Oh yeah, she totally would.
Yeah, and she'd absolutely rock it as well. I've seen this girl bunt, so yeah. Me, not a chance in hell. That the whole Submariner thing scares the hell out of me because you just never know exactly where it's going to end up. The movement just baffles me. It reminds me a lot of Chad Bradford's Submariner, and nah, not a hope in hell.
Do you know what? I definitely would not get a hit, but I would possibly like face 4 and get a walk because like he's just
yeah, but your strike zone's like that big.
Exactly, right? So he's not, and I could do the whole the mask thing, or I just dodge it a little bit. I'm good because I don't I think even a submarine thrower is going to throw it over my head. Let's be honest.
Yeah, for those that have never met Tor, she's quite short, bless her.
I'm pretty short, yeah. So yeah. I think I'm good there, but no, I am absolutely. I would sooner run in the opposite direction than I would face a fastball. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is just no. I'm more likely to get hit by a pitch than get a hit.
Yeah, and that would hurt.
It would bruise like a bruisey thing. Quite proud of myself for my restraint there.
I was literally about to applaud you on that. Well done, my love.
Thank you. And lastly, CJ would like to know if anyone has changed their plates recently. I have not. Jo has probably been messing about with her plate straw. If you don't know what that refers to, you're going to have to listen back to Small Pods because it's there.
It's definitely Jo. It's definitely Jo's doing.
Definitely Jo. And she can't even argue with us because she's not here.
Correct. We know you're in your sick bed, love, but Soz, it's all your fault.
But we are throwing you under the bus.
100%. But we love you.
Yes, lots and lots. So, as I say, you can catch all old episodes on Spotify, YouTube, and all podcast hosts. If you'd like to send us a question like O's Across the Pond, like Shea Parking Lot, and like CJ, you can do so on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, and X at Mets in the UK. And you can use the hashtag MITUK to get involved. And I think all that leaves us to say is let's go
Let's
Mets.
go Mets.